Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. We have a blue and gray event for you. First round here is Eastwood Skirmish. You're seeing an overview of that, followed up by our second map, which is Hills Counterattack. Also seeing an overview of that right now. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like the support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. So our teams for today. On the Confederate side, you got the 11th Mississippi, 9th Corps, Colquitt's Brigade, Hampton's Legion, and the Davis Brigade, whereas on the Union side, you have the Iron Brigade, 1st Delaware, 42nd Pennsylvania, Texas Guards, and the 17th Michigan. Server pop today is about 140 right now. In balance is 6 in favor of the CSA side right now, and Union has 9 on artillery. So combining all that, it's about a 15-man, well, now it's 10, so it's what? A 16-man infantry in balance right now, which is a couple of numbers there. Frontline reporters today for your CSA perspective, you have Doug from the Colquitt's Brigade, and then contrary, you have Lucian from the 15th Wisconsin or Iron Brigade for the Union side. Co-commentating with me today, we have Owens. Would you like to introduce yourself? Oh, it's not. I screwed this up. It's not. It's output in the wrong channel. You should be heard now, I think.
Hello.
There we go. My
Yeah, I've
apologies.
been on here before. Everyone's moved out, so I'll keep this short and simple. I'm Owens. Don't run a regiment anymore, but you guys don't escape my cool commentary. Shout out TG, I guess, discord.gg/Texas Guards.
There we go. We're very glad that you've come back to co-commentate again, Owens. And with that
Oh,
being
yeah.
said, how should both sides play Eastwood Skirmish?
I don't know. I like an abstract, strat for the Union, which is kind of just flood the right, but Union are kind of doing the opposite, which is flooding the left, which usually works in pubs where you can kind of just get off the bat, but everyone's ready when live starts, so it makes it a bit harder. You know, like the CSAs come out there to face you with full kits, whereas in pubs you can just run up like as soon as the game starts. That's what I usually do on USA pubs. Is on this map, it's just run left as soon as the game starts.
Yeah, and a lot of the CSA, on top of what you mentioned, half the CSA was on the right, and because the Union's not quickly moving up, the CSA as a team is now able to move over here and kind of react to it, therefore making it a lot harder to do anything really.
Exactly, yeah. So you can see everybody's kind of just collapsing on this right side bar, and this one unit DB over here in the middle.
Yeah, so, yeah, you got, for the CSA line, outside of DB, who you just mentioned and who's in the center of the map, you got 9th Corps on the left, HL is right to 9th Corps' right. You have Colquitt's in the center, 11th Mississippi on the right. Big concern for this map, obviously with it being such a low pop, the tickets are going to go down fast, so shootouts are definitely possible. You got 40 minutes to shoot your opponent down, plenty of time. In terms of the Union line, though, got the Texas Guards on the left, 42nd PA on the right. Furthest forward is Midwest Brigade in the center. And then further off back, you have, I see, a 1st Delaware tag and Iron Brigade.
Yeah, I think in the start of your intro you said about how the imbalance is about 16 men, so USA have 10 on the guns right now, so, you know, all of the CSAs on the far right are just concentrated. These are easy shots for a good artillery person who knows what they're doing.
Very much so. And the problem is I'm looking at the Union artillery right now, and you have 4 or 5 guys just sitting around not doing anything. And
yeah, I see that.
That's the... I know they're wanting to use all 4 guns, and that 10 people for 4 guns is a little over 2 guys per gun. I like 2 guys per gun as a maximum, but
Yeah.
if Union wants to ever charge, they need really good artillery to knock them down and kill a couple of them before they get engaged in the melee.
I mean, this guy on the far right's just been sitting on the primer for about a minute. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, with like Union already, even if you like just have a slight thought that the CSA are on this far left, Like, you have to just start sending airburst shots, anything you can, towards that. You just gotta dump all of your ammo towards that. Union pushing up right now on that corner. Don't know how that's gonna go for them.
Maybe Union artillery is waiting to shoot. Yeah, there goes one shot.
There it is.
Where's more? There's 4 guns. I want to see 4 shots. Oh, I guess not.
I don't think it matters even if that already comes in anymore. It's way too late.
Yeah, not... Well, some Union infantry just sat back.
Seen that, yeah. That's a bit concerning.
This is a...
Don't know why TG held back right there, but yeah, that was a complete failure. CSA were able to push that off, and it seems like 11th MS are counter-charging a little bit.
I mean, utter disaster for the Union. Also, look at the tickets on top of your screen. That's just abysmal for Union, and Union's starting to pull back because now they're just going to be outshot from here.
You made a great point there. 4 guns, and I only saw 1 shot right there, as the CSA were in an easy shooting spot.
Very much so.
And it's always something we got to be thinking about during this game, is the fact that you know, numbers-wise, Union are down in rifles, so trying to go for them charges against cover is just not going to work in any scenario unless you have like a few good arty shots.
Yep, you got to make artillery worth the manpower.
Yeah,
fun
exactly.
Argument. Yeah. So they can use the Steam chat in this event. So all the officers from the groups are in communication, and I'm looking down at the frontline reporter from Lucian's view, and it looks like the plan was coordinated. Just TG didn't hear it. That just seems like what happened based on what I'm reading in the chat. So.
Yeah, I'm looking in the chat as well. It seems like a bit of a miscommunication right there in the Steam chat.
Which, even if you don't necessarily hear that your friendlies are charging, if you see the rest of your infantry charging and you're all at the same spot, I feel like you would have to assume anyways that a big charge is happening, and you'd have to join. But
right, like, you know, did you see that already shot? That was like 100 yards too short. But what was I gonna say? Sorry. Yeah, if you see your friendlies charging, I've always said you have to like help them either way, because you know, if you don't help them, they're just gonna get wiped, and then a bunch of skirmishing out of lines. At least if you go and help, you get wiped together. You know?
Yep.
You're all coming together from the main.
And obviously, if it's like 10-15 guys charging, you don't need to bother. But you have to pull your whole team. Speaking of whole teams charging.
Yep. Here we go. So Union are going to try a bit more of a concentrated push right here.
Where's the Union artillery? No shots from them yet.
40 seconds stopping before the fence line to shoot.
There's the artillery. Maybe killed 1, but definitely a little late for what you would want. And CSA is just dominating this. Artillery not being beneficial whatsoever to the Union.
Nor is 42nd, in my opinion. They've just held back completely and not helped in the melee. I understand you have better sharps rifles, but you know, there's a time and a place for it, and that is not it.
No, it's not. If anything, because the sharps are so bad at melee, put them in the front so they take the bullets for the charge.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Union actually making some headway on the far edge of the map. They have 2 flags there. CSA rightly charging this out.
So these Union flags are making a really bad mistake right now and are trying to run back to main. What they need to do is just run east out of bounds.
That's a very good point. And as time has gone on, mostly in the past month, I would say, people are starting to realize that more and more, and they're starting to do it more and more. Run the flags out of bounds. Because if you don't know, when a flag is dropped in the middle of combat, if it's inbounds, there's a 5-minute timer on it, and then it'll despawn. Some can respawn. But if the flag is dropped out of bounds, it'll despawn, like, I don't know, 20-30 seconds after the fact, maybe quicker. And you can get back right
Yeah, I think only 10 to 20
Wouldn't
seconds, but
surprise me.
yeah, and you know, you can see these 2 down flags, they're not going to respawn for another 5 minutes, so that's going to be really, really detrimental to the Union on a, you know, firefight that they've been trying to do, because, you know, if somebody dies, they have to run all the way back from main back to their line, which is about a 200-yard sprint.
Yeah, and on top of that, if the Union wants to change up their strategy, maybe go down the center, go down the Union right, CSA left, they can't really do that anymore
Hmm.
because they lost 2 flags, and like you said, the guys that
Right.
die, they'll spawn at main.
I saw 40-second go to far left, but it seems like they must have said something in Steam chat saying everybody go far right, which I would agree with, to be honest. I think that's like the left side is not going to be working for them. But I'm glad that they realized that before it's too late.
Yep. And if the Texas Guards charged in on that first charge, they might have realized that sooner. Because, you know, Union did the first charge, and they're like, okay, not all of us charged in and we lost. Maybe if we all charge in. So that's why we did the second
Right.
charge. So kind of big. You do have one Union group pushing down the Union left side right now. First Delaware is
Yeah.
going that way. They're probably trying to get the flag, seeing if it's possible. But rest of Union going center or right, and CSA is already adapting.
Yeah. I think it was good awareness right there from HL Major Gene. He was like literally on the CSA left side before the Union could even get to that rock. So it's very well played right there. I quite like. Never mind. They're running away. I was going to say I quite like First Delaware on this far left side because it kind of pins a little group, but they're collapsing more to the center. But you see this again. It's just a firefight on new terrain. You know, this doesn't really achieve much for the Union.
Nope. And the artillery will have a better, I think, vantage point than the CSA right. But that shot was way over. That killed one guy.
Hmm.
But they still have 10 guys on artillery. Union's about to hit engaged. Almost 15 minutes
Right.
into the round. This is not looking good for Union. Where'd that shot go?
That shot was
On point.
at point.
That'll knock him down. And granted too, that
Ooh,
shot
nice
was
shot there.
that was probably the best shot we've seen all day. It probably only killed 2 or 3 though. That's the unfortunate thing is I think artillery is great at knocking people over, suppressing the crap out of them, and making them like if I'm an infantry dude and I get hit by artillery, for a couple seconds I'm gonna be like, oh crap, that's an artillery shot. Forget everything else that's going on. And so artillery is
Right.
great in all 3 of those aspects, but in terms of getting kills, it's really crappy, especially when flags can spawn guys in every 5 seconds now.
Right.
So
Sorry to sidetrack here. First Delaware pushed up on that far left and is now evacuating the flags out of there. Very nicely done.
thank you for pointing that out. It's a very good move here from First Delaware. That needs to be shown.
Yeah, CQB, they're pissed off. They're trying to run right as fast as they can to shoot them, but they're going to be way too late.
Very much so. So well done for First Delaware. Union does hit engage. TSA's playing this so well that even if Union had the 10 RD guys in infantry, I don't know if Union could break through.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, but these RD shots are kind of ridiculous. You know, I just watched one hit into the middle of the core and like, come on, guys. You know, like, you're aiming at something right in front of you. How can you miss that? I'm no
artillery's been
I'm
out
no
for how many
expert,
years?
but you know, she's like, what, 6?
It's been out 4 years. Came out middle of 2020. That shot was... I mean, that's a
That
crazy
was
thing.
decent.
That shot was a good shot. It was right by the CSA line. It killed 1 and knocked over a bunch. In terms of its effectiveness,
Yeah.
nothing much. That's the crazy
You
thing.
want to know why? Because like people don't understand the difference between the shots. So that guy just shot a shell at the line, but if that was the case, that would have killed like 10 people, like guaranteed.
Huh.
that went through the 11th MS there. But
Feels like Shell was kind of, based on your description there, it seems like Shell is, in a sense, pointless unless you're shooting like really, really, really far away. I don't know.
I always find it is like, you know, case if you want to kill like a group of people, Shell if you want to punch for a target like a fence or a wall. I'm no already expert, but you know that's what I've picked up.
Aiming.
But HL is moving up here on the far CSA left, kind of on the boundaries of out of bounds right here.
Yeah, they're gonna get some nice flanking shots on the Union line here, and they're still in a decent amount of cover too.
Nice volley.
Break reloads about
It
face.
looks like they're just gonna fall back to avoid taking ticket loss.
That's fair enough.
It may look like the tickets are close right now, but the thing is the starts and the end of morale stages, those bars move down very slowly. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I think that's all props to First Delaware getting them flags out and it being able to spawn guys right beside the line now. So they might have just saved this push on the Union side. Also, CQB on the CSA side are really not committing very much. Kind of just sitting in the center, not really doing much. To be cynically speaking.
and that gives Union an opportunity to all charge down one of the flanks and try to turn the flank. Obviously, with groups being in the Steam chat and the Union approach kind of in the open, I think CQB could see it, but that time it takes from CQB to get from the center to the left could give the Union enough time to break through, because Union's going to have to charge eventually. It's crazy that we've gone... The match started at 43. So what? It's been 16 minutes in CSA.
Right.
It's you got to charge at some point.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that I kind of like used to touch on. It's what I touch on when I tell new, like Union players or sorry officers, new officers. Like, you want to try put the enemy down a certain amount of morale in a certain amount of time. Like, kind of just split it up into chunks. So, you know, 16 minutes, that's about half the game already done, and you're only down one morale stage, then, you know, you gotta realize something's not really working here.
Yep, and we saw Union react great at the beginning. They charged twice on the left, they saw it failed, so they went to the right, the Union right, and now they're in a shootout. This isn't working. Sure, the tickets might be getting a little closer, which would make sense just because the attackers have more tickets, and when you're in a shootout at longer distance, it's generally, at least I would like to say, a one-to-one trade. It's hard to shoot in this game. You don't know if you're killing people, so I would say it's a one-on-one trade, which over a long period of time should favor the attackers as they have more tickets, but when you're restricted to a limited amount of time, like the Union has here with 25 and a half minutes left, got to charge at some point. And it's really surprising CSA's not going down more than this.
I think I'm just looking at the tickets here for Union, and it went down from engaged to about 2/3 the way through engaged in about 4 minutes. I think this center with Iron Brigade is really becoming a ticket trap for the Union, which is good to see them pulling out now as I say that, but it's like they can hear me, but you know, like that's really costing them, because some of I saw a lot of those guys skirmishing and you know, kind of standing out of line, as well as this HL element kept pushing up on them. But it seems like a total reorganization of the Union right here, maybe pushing on the far left again. You know, they tried twice, maybe the third time's the charm.
I mean, they could keep First Delaware on this right side to keep shooting, and then if they all try to charge left. Although, the thing is, CSA has been very responsive to Union movements very well this match. And even if Union goes to the far left side, you have Colquitt's there already. At least that's who I'm assuming is on top of the hill. And I assume Colquitt's...
I'll give it a check. Yeah, it's Colquitt's.
And I assume Colquitt's would instantly tell their friendlies, and they would gun it over and react quickly, similar to how we saw HL react so quickly.
Right. That's the thing with Steam chat events, you know, you can, unlike more historical events where you have to send a messenger, and this is as simple as me talking to you on Discord saying about somebody somewhere. They can just say in Steam chat about, okay guys, they're all coming right. I think the Union plan right now is to sit back and let the RD do most of the work. The only unfortunate thing is I've only seen about 3 good RD shots. Just saw another one at point. I don't know if they think there's like somebody at point, but
in very few instances is the plan of letting RD knock down your opponent a good idea. 99% of the time is a crappy plan. But I
agree.
I mean, that's how I feel. Based on what you were saying, it makes sense that Union might just be trying to whittle them down with artillery and infantry from a far range. It ain't working.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have a lot more going on down there. And it looks like they're maybe trying to go down the center. And CSA is already reacting, moving to the center.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I'll be honest, just before this charge happens, I've never seen this charge work through the center.
Yeah,
it's always nicely cinematic, but it never actually worked.
So true. The cinematics.
So true.
The thing is whenever a group is blobbed up in a tiny area, if someone shoots and misses the first guy, they're probably going to hit the guy behind them. And CSA is very spread out, shooting into a tiny blob, and you can already see what's going on. Union's not even going to make it. You have some Union charging up to the top of the hill, but HL doing a nice little flank on this road push. And Colquitt's now countercharging. Union already hitting short.
If Union sent their flags with IB to the left, that would have been so good, because they would have just taken that corner, and then just everybody spawned on flag, and it would have been such a good push, but they just shoved their fucking flags down the road and died.
Yeah, which, I don't know what you're thinking there. Because like you said, yeah, if Union had all the flags up where 1st Delaware and 1st US Sharps are, and they actually stayed up on top of the hill and not charged down like this, I think
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like everyone could have just spawned up there on the corner, you know what I'm saying? Like,
very much so.
They could have just sat there, but nah. I don't even understand.
I mean, it could be you're getting a little desperate as Union. You see the clock going down, just trying to do something, but you still gotta think smart, even through the desperate times. That was the
a nice
best
shot.
party shot we've seen all day, and 99% of the time
one.
would have been short. What were you saying? Sorry.
I was just saying, who's that? Shout out Rambo and Hospitaller. TG for the win, but I think most of the game they've been trying to get that cannon through the fence, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not an RE guy, but I don't understand. I'm pretty sure you're just able to shoot from the hill anyway. I don't think it's necessary to put it through that fence, but
where the TG gun is right now, you don't need to roll it over.
Yeah. I don't think it's that necessary. I think you can just shoot through the fence after the, collisions up to it, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not an RE guy. I'm an infantry guy. But we're seeing a repeat of the very start. Everyone's kind of just forming up to the left, and
flags. Some Texas Guards guys are getting the flag. They got one of the flags. DB is up there to at least make sure Union doesn't get this flag here.
Yeah, two TG groups have been sent out to retrieve flags, but yeah, Belusher and his group were killed, unfortunately. But they did get one flag out, which is always nice to see. And it's good to see them looking out for the other regiments, not just caring about their own flag, but also caring about the other ones,
Very much true. It's a team effort to win the game, and I think the biggest thing with this round, I think the trend we're seeing is Union is moving very slow and CSA is moving very fast, because CSA is already here, and if Union wants to try to take the spot, they got to charge with their whole team, which has not worked.
Yeah, but if you think about it, CSA really only has to move left and right, whereas Union have to go left or right and then forward.
Yep.
So CSA don't have to do that forward, they can just go left and right, which adds more distance for the Union to cover. So, you know, that's probably contributing to why they're so slow.
Very much true. It's kind of like, I get why in this instance they didn't charge in right away because they didn't have their flags. You're not going to charge in when you don't have your flags. I mean, you could, but if you're trying to hold the ground, it's going to be a lot harder to do that without the flags. But like at the beginning of the match, when Union had all their flags, they rolled up on the left side and just sat and shot for a few minutes and let the whole CSA team get organized on this side. I will say, normally for these smaller numbered servers, which we're up to 150 now, which this historically, like a couple years ago, would have been huge numbers for a server. But they generally really favor the attackers. This map on 150 players is Union bias, for sure. But CSA defense has been played pretty much perfectly, and Union's made some mistakes, and that's resulting in this lopsided affair.
Speaking of mistakes, Union is charging in with no flag straight into the CSA lines. But seems like half of them have gone through. I wonder if 30 seconds they're going to stop and start shooting again. Yes, they will.
Yeah, jeez. I also...
IB going in.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't like the Union push. Obviously, what you were mentioning, the 40-second PA sitting there and shooting, that's not great. But the problem is the CSA team is kind of spread out on the snake fence. Why is the Union spreading themselves out in this charge? Why are they... They should all be charging the far CSA right or the left where IB went. They all need to hit that. You can't have IB hit this the CSA right. You can't have 40 seconds sit back. You can't have everyone else go down the snake fence. You can't be spreading yourselves out too far. So I think that's just also a big mistake. Because if CSA spread out as is, and a lot of you are going to be shot down and charging in, you need numbers.
This is what happens when you spread out so much as a Union DB crashing into their flank and just finishing them off. But
great push from DB.
Where IB, amazing. Where IB went on the far left is where they've been going every single time, and it's worked for them every single time. It's just nobody is supporting them.
Yep.
Like, at all. So, you know, I don't, like, I just don't understand why 42nd is stopping.
Yeah, it's, I mean, sure, you're going to be getting a fair amount of kills when you're sitting there reloading. How many seconds does it say? 8 to 10 seconds, is it?
For what, sir?
To reload that Sharps. It's 8-10 seconds, right? Something like that?
10 or 12, I don't know.
10 or 12. But they're getting the fast shots off. But at the same time, right, assuming it's 10-12 seconds, CSA is spawning 2 guys in the time you're getting that load. So just, the math doesn't even make sense. And that's assuming you hit a shot every time. In order to, especially with the 5-second respawns, you need to wipe that team and the flags as quickly as possible. You can't sit back and hold. So, Union's mass charging the right. They have 2 flags, I think. I only see 2 Union down flags, which one Ramble's trying to get. CSA's trying to collapse in the center now. 40 seconds in the center.
I don't disagree with this Union push, but Hitchhaw's about to crash into their side right here.
Yeah, I wish if the Union did this. I don't think Union's going to win this just because they don't have the flags. Union should have hit far CSA left, and then once Union all respawns in as a wave, they gun it back to CSA right, where their down flags are, and then pick those flags up and secure the corner.
Hold steady, HL.
CSA's countercharging this out. Because the thing is, Union charged down the center here, and if the Union tries to push up Union left, CSA right again, up to the top of that hill, then CSA is going to be a lot closer and be able to see that a lot quicker.
Right.
It's almost a whole morale stage difference.
First Delaware also wasn't in that charge. They're only arriving in this center right now where they're completely surrounded.
And why are they going for the center? The top of the hill's wide open. Sure, I don't think they're going to hold it by themselves, but also, why not go to the top of the hill?
It's the questions we're all asking.
And CSA responding well again. I mean, they're keeping some guys in the center to shoot, but I think 11th Mississippi's starting to go up the hill. Who's pulling back into the woods? HL's going a little further back in the woods for whatever reason that may be. Artillery not getting any kills with that very close shot.
It's okay, they'll maybe hit them when the war is over.
I assume once Union starts moving up to the top of the hill, which I think that's where Union's trying to go again, they're going to start responding, which they already are. 11th Mississippi's moving up.
Oh, there they are.
That's the thing. You got Iron Brigade trying to go up for the top side of the hill right now. You got 42nd PA reforming in the backside. Union's acting very disjointed right now. And... oh, actually, it looks like 1st Delaware and Texas Guards are collapsing on the left. Why is the Union waiting? I know they're not...
they're turning and running.
Yeah, I know you don't have your whole team, but the window is now gone. The whole CSA team is... it almost acts like CSA has one guy in charge of a bunch of robots that are following every command. CSA is playing this perfect. Union hits breaking. Confederates down to taking losses.
That cannon's aiming right for us, Doug.
I'm actually quite... I don't even know. Like, I'm quite bamboozled, I guess, that this is the way it's going, because every single game that I have played of this map, you know, CSA is getting absolutely touched on this corner by artillery every single game, but it's just not there.
Yep. Artillery's been nowhere. I mean, they still got 9 guys on it right now. Insanity.
Yeah. I'm blown away. I don't know. This is a crazy match. And I don't really know the rules of this event, but is there like 2 officers per company? Is that the rules?
I assume so, since that's happening. I can pull up the rules though while we're waiting at least for another Union charge. Which, it's actually interesting. You do have HL going out the left side. Granted, you do have some Union guys up here shooting the 42nd PA. They do...
42nd is charging down there. Never mind, he's just stopped.
That's the thing, right? If they would have charged and not sat back and shot for a while, they might be in the corn. They might be able to get behind the CSA. But now they're doing these shots and move forward, and HL's responded perfectly. The thing is, will CSA overreact, as you have a fair amount of guys moving down the hill right now?
42nd PA is very, very cautious this game, and I don't know why.
And I know Union doesn't see it as a whole, but if the Union on the left charged up, they could take that corner.
Yeah.
Who's that? Iron Brigade's going that way right now.
Yeah, this is not going to work unsupported, like, but I get the... Here comes TG as well, but, you know, I like the idea. I'll talk about it in a second once this charge's over. Right, so 2 things I want to say about this charge is how spread out it is crazy. You know, IB went in, then 10 seconds later TG went in, then like 30 seconds later Delaware went in. And then, you know, notice how close they got to the fence, because they've now pushed on 2 sides. That's really going to be the strat for the Union if they want to, you know, think about winning it. It's try push on left and right, because, you know, if you just push one side, we've seen the CSA will just go over that side before you can even start shooting, you know?
Yep.
So you have to try to coordinate a push on both sides.
And I think we just saw, like you're saying, an opportunity for Union to do something, but poor Union coordination has resulted in a definitely smaller CSA force in 11th Mississippi being able to hold that very effectively, and then eventually the rest of the team rolls up and cleans up. the Union side.
Yeah. I think if that charge was more coordinated, then they would have easily wiped 11th.
Yep. But the question is could they hold off the rest of the CSA team? I don't know about that. But again, look what's happening now. You got the 42nd on far CSA left. They are starting to get into the corn because CSA is moving so well together as one team that they're leaving kind of their flanks open. And it's allowing the Union to do this. And that's why...
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, that's why I do think skirmish should be kept down to, especially on maps like Eastwood Skirmish, the maps that aren't so big, not a 350 player server, because if you're the attacker, you can't necessarily do what the 42nd is doing on a 350 man server because CSA can actually defend the width of the map.
Right.
So it's always neat being able to see the full size servers and the smaller size servers.
Right.
So
42nd have gotten a nice flank here, but it's just the question of what can they actually do with it.
Yeah, you got HL rolling up very soon on them. I looked at the rule set in my brief look through it. I couldn't find anything about 2 officers, but it might just be by default because it seems most groups are having 2 officers. 40 seconds being completely cut off right now from behind, and good wipe from HL. Union's almost down to the final push. Who's this?
Yeah.
You got Iron Brigade now moving up through the corn.
It's really unfortunate they were able to get that push, but they just weren't able to do anything with it. Wait, look how many units have been pulled off that far left. If Union want to charge, do it now, please.
Nah, they'll just sit and shoot. You got Iron Brigade and DB charging on the corner of the corn here, which IB is going to win, mostly due to Lucian's pistol there. But
yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
I think it's the first successful charge of the whole game for Union.
Yeah. Union actually won the match.
We're
cutting the footage for the rest of the round. Union won because of that charge.
It was fake news. It's fake news.
The rest of this round isn't happening. It's not a over morale stage difference right now. Get it right. Fact check false. But
even again, 11th MS is shifting their entire force to deal with 15th, which are like 15 guys in the 15th right now. Yeah, but CQB is over here on their own against 1, 2, 3 units. Like, come on, guys.
Union's got a charge.
Please.
HL and 11th Mississippi are about to collapse on IB. Lucian's looking through his binos, point blank at CSA, running up on them.
Looking through binos in corn is crazy, but okay.
Might have been looking further up the hill or away to see, and you didn't realize they were right there. But now you got, I think, the 42nd, 42nd PA now moving down to charge in on this, which...
Wonder if they're going to stop and shoot.
Why is it rolling? Right, face HL. HL, east.
I mean, they are stopping and shooting. Now they're somewhat getting to a melee. They're mostly dying, though. Too much CSA there. And the Union still have not charged on Union left. Union's gonna hit
okay,
push.
CQB just volleyed right there. Yes, right. Really sure it's no charging because they just volleyed. That's a great idea.
Good timing.
They have no loads. This is the great time while the rest of the CSA team is on the far right.
Union's final push.
Union will hopefully just roll over this.
Union's gonna win the corner.
Don't check someone.
They're gonna win it for like 30 seconds.
I think the rest of the CSA just gonna collapse the point and they're just gonna let them have it.
I mean, they could.
Like they only have to hold point for 3 minutes.
3 minutes for a whole morale stage. You're not losing this game.
Yeah, just a few 11th MS Rambos on the far left that's left of that push. So yeah, CQB's wiped out. Now what for Union is gonna be hard because they have to push it all across this open field.
So Union's got to cap the point if they want to win, meaning they have to win a decisive charge as a team, which we'll see if Union Artillery can actually be good, because we've seen him hit the point when no one's on it.
I'm watching the two IB officers pushing up and then looking around and seeing none of their soldiers follow them.
Oh, I just saw what you mean.
I would hope not.
It's kind of funny, but yeah, where Lucian and his boys are right now is actually on point. So, I think that's probably the play for Union, or try to go for the road. You know, you've got this corner now, but you know, you only have a minute and 50 seconds left to do anything.
Unless they plan to charge, why are they still sitting back and shooting?
Your guess is as good as mine on that one, to be honest. But
Infantry and the infantry balance is 12 right now in favor of CSA, which I don't know if the point is a percentage of your team or if it's raw numbers, but regardless, those 9 guys on Union Artillery could be hurting. Artie better hit some shots.
John Wilkes doing a little bit of ramboing, and Artie will not be hitting shots because I just watched them all charge and get shot by John Wilkes.
Overshot from Union Artillery. I see Lucian in the text chat chatting with artillery, so it doesn't look like the artillery officers are in the Steam chat, because otherwise why would you be sending stuff over text chat? Which Arty officers I think should be in Steam chat. I know it's very hectic.
Whoa. Union are capping. Whoa.
But CSA's
Hold the
counter-charging. CSA's not losing this. Because CQB's not on point, and they're going to start overtaking in a second.
I was so hopeful for the Union for 5 seconds, and then
we lost
sure
the
the
footage
Union officers
after
were
we
as
saw
well.
Union capping. They actually did cap the point. But yeah,
off camera, the Union did
camera. We did
capture
some
and won the game.
off-camera shooting and charging. But
Sorry, the footage got corrupted.
anyways, you got any more thoughts for this round as we close it out, Owens?
I think lackluster already right there was the downfall for Union. I'm very sorry for the artillery, but it's the truth.
Yeah, that and really piss poor Union communication. Confederates played that dang near perfect. Really props to them. It's very impressive to win on these smaller servers on Eastwood Skirmish, a map that's so heavily biased towards the Union side. But I think... Yeah?
I mean, like, if you want to get into, like, the strategy part of it, I think Union should have realized that the entire CSA team is shifting together, so they should have just split off into a double side push a lot sooner, with some going left, some going right, but it is what it is.
It's what it is. You live and you learn. I think artillery officers should be in...
Fired.
That too. But they should be in the Steam chat. Because Lucian was talking to artillery through the in-game text chat, which probably means they're not in Steam chat. And I don't get why RD officers are not in Steam chat with infantry officers. Because if infantry wants to charge, I assume you would want to coordinate something with artillery. But besides that, it is what it is. Perfect game from CSA. Really well done. They have earned that win for this round. And we will see you all shortly towards our CSA bias map of Hill's Counterattack. And here we are with round number 2. We're still at about 150 men right now. In balance is 4, but CSA have 3 on artillery, a lot more conservative and more reasonable for a 150-man server. So infantry balance is about 1 right now in favor of CSA, which is devastating for the Union side. Anyways, Owens, what strategy for both sides to win Hill's counterattack?
To win, for CSA, go far left. For Union, pray. I don't know.
Yeah,
go far.
so true.
Probably, I think the best strat for the Union is have half right, half left.
And you'll see that a lot. I think the most efficient way is to try to force CSA to cap when both sides are at a lower, taking losses, and then try to hit CSA in the last stand since they're the defenders. But what I find interesting with this Union strat is the Union is at the lowest point of the map going on their far left side. Why would you give CSA the heights in the woods where they can easily run down the point on you. This is kind of confusing. We'll see how it pans out, though. You have the 42nd PA. They're starting to push up, though, on some CSA, that being DB, kind of skirmishing in the few trees, bushes, whatever they are. So, HL's moving alongside him.
I completely agree with you about giving up the heights. I don't understand that. Why? Which is why I was saying, you know, like 50-50. Like, if there was half the team right now on the far Union right, they would be able to be shooting at these people in the woods, but there's not. So, you know,
Yeah,
it's complicated. And honestly, if I was Union, I wouldn't want CSA to get, because then it would bring me out into this open field, which I don't necessarily want to be in.
exactly. Now black timer stopped. I mean, regardless, you're losing casualties, but in one instance the black timer stopped, and the other one, it keeps moving. So
Yeah.
CSA.
So it seems like CSA are going to cap. Yeah.
Which is good. And obviously, as defenders, you want that black timer ticking. Now, I think on the smaller pop servers, the black timer doesn't really matter so much, because normally the attackers will hit final push, or the match will end before that black timer ticks all the way down to 0, which we saw.
Oh yeah.
Which we didn't see last round. I blanked for a second, but
You rarely see it go down on like mid servers. Even on high servers, it usually doesn't go all the way down on this like contention.
yeah.
You know.
So the biggest thing for Union is to move in quick. Actually, since the black timer doesn't really matter as much, they're not going to get it ticked all the way down to 0. They need to use these counterattacks as an opportunity to get a ticket lead on the CSA, and it needs to be a substantial amount by time they hit last stand and final push. They need to be up by at least half a morale stage, I think, to have a shot at winning this. Maybe even more.
So CSA is going to commit a nice defensive line on the point itself, so they're not going to yield any ground on the point, which is going to make it even harder for the Union to have to march towards them into the open field. Beside the artillery as well.
Knocked a couple people down there. But at least it's not 10 men. So Union is also spreading themselves very far out. Maybe they're trying to turn the flank, and CSA is already reacting to that with their whole team.
I don't know if I'm watching like a reenactment event where every one of the CSA units is under one brigade commander, but they're just moving all together as one massive unit.
It's very impressive. You rarely see that.
The coordination here is definitely admirable by the CSA, but I hate to be a hater, but like Union strategy was not the best.
Yeah, if they want to get a ticket lead, they're not doing that right now.
Come on, boys. Another two-man space.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they do, it's going to be hard to get a ticket lead. You got to find some way to do that, and you got to win a decisive charge, I think, to do that. Just because, again, in a shootout, you're generally not going to win those as a defender in the long term, which it looks like we're going to have a longer term engagement here. Some Union are trying to flank around the, I don't know if you want to call it CSA left or right, but to the east in the corn, you do have some Union there. First Delaware and the Midwest Brigade guys are just shooting from a distance. Not really doing a whole lot. I mean, these shootouts are not really doing a whole lot because, again, CSA are just going to respawn these guys in very quickly.
First Delaware Harkin in chat saying who's throwing the match already. So, I don't know, Harkin, maybe you could shift right a wee bit more and, you know, get perpendicular to the massive CSA line and get some nice shots into their flank, but I don't know.
I mean, that'd be a better spot. I mean, they're almost kind of there, but even regardless of how good their shots are, what's going on with the whole Union team? They're now completely falling back. Maybe trying to shift around to the center and go up to the right and charge down, or I don't know. You got 42nd PA going very far with 9th Corps. And Union's on half a morale stage. Now it's a good shot from Union, or CSA artillery.
Look at this. Monkey say monkey do. I say first Delaware should shift right. 5 seconds later, they shifted right.
They know the plans. Owens has the script.
I have the script. It's right in my hands right here.
You know, all of these broadcasts are predetermined matches already. We actually are reading a teleprompter right now. That'd actually be kind of crazy. A teleprompter.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so
CSA is shifting to where Union's going, and Union hasn't made an attempt to charge yet. And we're 4 minutes into the counterattack.
Oh shit, indeed. Yes.
How many Yanks killed today?
Union is throwing.
Warm it up.
first Delaware is about to be absolutely destroyed. Yeah, 3 people, half of the company just died. This is okay. This is first of all not good for the Union, like strategically wise, but like it doesn't seem like there's much coordination either. You know what I mean? Everyone's kind of just doing their own thing.
Yep. And we'll really see if Union's working together when they finally decide to charge. 42nd PA is starting to move up. You do have the rest of the Union going to the right. These split charges aren't going to work.
Nope.
I don't think they are. Both groups have to simultaneously hit the CSA at the same time. The odds of getting that to happen, very low. And based on what we saw with the Union charges last round, like when Union charged and took the top of the hill on CSA right, Union came in very independently. Actually, I don't remember if it was at the end, but regardless, you saw numerous charges from the Union where one group went in, then the next group went in, then the next group. And
yeah.
I doubt it's going to work for Union.
The CSA are actually pulling off. Poinsiki BHL are pulling back to a more elevated position right there. Probably just keep distance and, you know, have as many guys as they can.
Okay, so Texas Guards are going in. Something fascinating is I just saw Blucher in text chat say, "Now, Lewis, now's the time to go." Which, why are you saying that in Steam chat? What's going on in Steam chat? But Texas Guards are moving on to the point. CSA is half pulling off, half going forward. They still have control of it. The rest of the Union team is not moving up with them.
That's it. I'm joining USA Steam chat to see what they're saying, if anything.
Yeah, Colquitt's repositioning back up. Union's starting to flank around the sides of CSA. First Delaware getting on the right of Texas Guards. They're not really on point, though. 42nd PA is just sitting back, not moving in. Iron Brigade's back as well.
Yeah. And I can report it is radio silence in this Steam chat.
Is everyone on the Union team in it?
Yeah. Radio silent.
And
nobody's talking.
That is what you get with Steam chat. Some Steam chat is, so if not the most chaotic thing half the time, then other times you get no communication like right now. CSA is trying to push on a retake.
I think that was a good. That was a good effort by TG right there. I just don't know why the team didn't support them. Like we were saying last match, if you see a friendly unit pushing up, like just help them. You know.
Yep.
Just help.
Which it almost makes me wonder if something was said in the text chat, if they said even anything in the Steam chat. So this is just a complete breakdown of Union play. Union hits engage, doesn't really matter. For all we know, CSA, I wouldn't be surprised if they held for the next 12 minutes and just won the match.
Me neither. I thought we put in the script that CSA would give Union a bit of a chance right here, but I guess
we need a better quality video. We can't just have one team just completely destroy. That's not entertaining. All war rights matches.
These guys are not sticking to the script.
Hey, what are they doing? We paid them. We're getting fired. You're never seeing any of these units in another video.
Never, never.
So, some 42nd PA guys are going really far left and shooting at the artillery.
Ooh, artillery shot back at 42nd and half of their line is dead. Oh my god, that was an amazing arty shot by the 11th MS battery.
Jeez Louise.
The 42nd flag is pulling back, but none of the infantry is. Never mind, they're just screaming at them to haul ass.
They're not even communicating with their own regiment.
I've seen Kamala Harris communicate better with her cabinet than this.
That's breaking rule 1. No politics. We can't. Guys,
This is awful.
In a game with a Confederate flag, we cannot talk about politics. How dare you?
Yeah, no politics, guys.
Yeah.
It's so funny that the Democrats were the Confederates in this war.
It's an interesting thought, that's for sure. So, we're almost halfway through the counterattack phase. And...
We're so bored we're talking about politics, man. What the hell?
yeah, let's just keep going. Prediction for the 2024 War of Rights election.
Yeah, no, this is no longer co-commentary of the Blue and the Grey. We're gonna get Kotai in here. We're gonna do some...
Which YouTube broadcaster is the best? Which one's the best? We'll bring them all in. We'll have a
do a
live
rap battle, and then a
Rap
boxing
battle.
match.
I would throw so hard if I had to do a rap battle.
I just watched Flourish run up to a Rambo. It seems like he does this.
Oh, Flores and
He's
Rambo.
calling him a pussy. He does this every match, like just beelining it straight to the first Rambo he sees, murdering them, and then fucking calling them a pussy or something.
I saw that last week, or was it?
I saw your shorts on it, yeah. But oh my god, Union are pushing. Wow, let's see this.
This is the
Back to
most.
the game,
This is
guys.
the least spread out thing I've ever seen. At least Union is moving as a team, making an effort for a point. 9 minutes left on the counterattack. It's still in CSA's favor. Again, similar to what we saw last round, Texas Guard guys, they just shot and then charged in. I don't know why you would do that. I think you should always save your shot for the charge, because even though some of those guys will die before they get into the charge, and therefore you should be like, well, why don't they shoot if they're going to die before going in? You should save your shot for the charge, because you're going to hit a point-blank shot. You're not always going to hit a far shot. So I always like saving your shots. I might have explained
I'm gonna be
that
honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I disagree. I don't like, you know, as far back as they were, but you know, stopping at about 15 yards right in front, shooting, and then going like straight after, just like 2-second shot, you know, like you would as if they're right in front of you, because it's
want to make sure everyone gets
like
their shots
you said,
off.
yeah, because I mean, people just do too early. That's the main problem. It's not that.
Okay,
You
yeah, I
shouldn't
can get
do
behind
it.
you there. I mean, if there's a short distance between the groups and you take your shot, that's fine. But if you're really decently... That artillery shot, that was a... Probably got a
Are
team
CSA
kill.
wiped?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What's going on here, guys? This was supposed to be a short video.
Fair enough.
But, yeah, no, if you're farther away and take those shots, I hate that.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
reasonably close...
I agree there.
where your shot's going to hit regardless, that's fine. But if you're far away and take a shot, I think that's a bad move. But
Yeah.
regardless, it works for Union. Union is going to
That
retake
was
the point. They're going to
crazy.
go up a whole morale stage. I don't know how Union won, but they did win.
What I'm interested to see right here is what will the Union like default their strategy, because will they go back to the strategy they did at the very start even though it didn't work, or will they try something different? That's what I'm trying to think right now.
They're gonna hold the point the rest of the game. Which, let's see here.
Oh yeah, sorry, I see it on the script now. My bad.
Texas guards pulling for. Oh, they might actually be doing that. What?
What? Huh?
Okay. You never see Union defend the point of contention throughout the entire match until they hit breaking. Because you're in the middle of the open field, artillery can shred you. You're obviously in an open field, so you're going to be seen easily. This is really fascinating.
That right. Take aim, take aim. Same position.
At least you're saying this is so fun, I'm not even lying. I don't even know if that's sarcastic or not. But I don't know, I'm having fun watching this. This is definitely interesting. HL is going to go far left by themselves.
They should.
Hopefully get a nice flank. Yeah, well, like they should, you know. CSA should default, like after getting wiped, just go far left.
If Union's
Because
gonna hold in
right
the open
side
field.
CSA, yeah, they're gonna hold in the open field. Like just try get a nice flank on them. Right sides for CSA is just a shootout, which is not gonna work with flags. We saw that last round for the Union. But everybody's gonna be pulling back now.
Yeah, you got 3 CSA guys running towards those flags. First Delaware is trying to hold the Union right all by themselves.
Don't push up. Come on, use your brain. Sorry, that's too harsh.
They're not charging, which is good, but HL's starting to engage with them. Officer goes down, which no good. CSA they're getting all 3 flags out of that point right now. So well done. Who are the 3 guys? It's
yeah.
Honk Shu from CQB. You got Doug from CQB, the frontline reporter himself, and then Relkin from CQB. So, and the Union defense outside of First Delaware is kind of hugging it to the Union left, a little right, further right than they were at the beginning. But
I don't really understand why First Delaware pushed up there. Just hold the defense, to be honest.
The talking ended at 61, you Yankee.
Their officer just,
wanted to talk.
I don't know, maybe tried to surrender. Yeah, I think he maybe tried to surrender, or don't know what happened there, but CS Union is actually the question I was asking earlier. What are they going to do? They're defaulting on the strategy at the very start, which didn't work, which is really interesting.
Independent. Fire a wheel.
First Delaware, oh, that was a good flank file. He killed about 3.
Saw that, yeah.
And First Delaware's pulling off. CSA might as well just cap again.
That's what I'm saying.
Flores is beelining it. Trying to get Jay. Lost, and Flores died.
Common floor, so.
Common. Flores. I've only seen Flores taking W's. That's the first loss I've seen him take.
Flores glazing is crazy. Alright, anyway.
He pays me. I didn't say that. So 11 Mississippi's moving on point. There's at least 4
yeah,
they're starting
I was
to
just
cap.
about to say that. So, I agree with you that, you know, just to recap, it worked before, might as well just do it again.
Yep. And how quickly is the Union going to respond? It's going to be a 12-minute counterattack instead of 20.
Probably take them about 12 minutes to respond, to be honest.
It took them, what, 11 minutes last time? So.
Fence over there. Wrong snake fence.
Hit him, boys, hit him.
So it's possible.
Holy shit, there's many of them.
Yeah, I'm quite disappointed that the Union defaulted on the same strat that didn't work. You know, I like the idea of First Delaware going on the far right. I think some other units should have went there as well. Maybe better coordination of that in Steam chat. Because, you know, we had First Delaware in the corner at the very start, so they've obviously changed their tune about the strategy, so we should have conveyed that in the Steam chat. It's not... I see a lot of times officers will, you know, get annoyed at other officers for not doing something which they didn't actually convey themselves that they want to do, if that makes sense. Like, they are they might get mad for the other officers not coming right, but they didn't convey in Steam chat that they want to go right.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Wanting people to do stuff, but just not telling or asking if they can do it.
Yeah.
Which, who knows? Based on your snippet of being in the Union officer chat, odds seem high. But Union's not
It's
moving.
quite interesting.
A minute through this already, and they're not moving.
I hope they're not moving because they're formulating a really good strategy that's about to completely wipe the CSA off the field right now.
One can dream.
But honestly, you know, if you go to, like, just look at it from a top-down view, CSA line is just one straight line. So if the Union are able to push up on the left and the right, what will that do? It will make 2 points of attack where the CSA is going to struggle if they're just making this one big line. That's what the Union should be thinking right now. And that is what TG is doing.
Right now.
Now, if I'm CSA, I turn and charge the lone group that went up on top of the hill.
Fair.
Because it's not like, I mean, 40, I don't know who's in the distance, I assume it's 42nd. They're starting to move out, but the problem is CSA is going to turn and wipe this group and then be able to turn back around and face the other Union groups. TG, smart move there, pulling out right away.
That was great, yeah, by TG. Killed about 2/3 of HL and then got away with minimal casualties. 42nd on the Union left, CSA right. Not as successful, but still making a decent effort. As well as IB in the center holding the point.
And 11 Mississippi's collapsing on them.
Yeah, although first Delaware holding back the whole time, not helping.
CSA artillery, I don't know where that was. Very short. TG's turn, I think that's Texas Guards. They're turning towards the point.
Yeah. They might be trying to flank 11th Mississippi here. This might be a very good move.
HL could
Yeah, I agree. I concur with this right here.
40 seconds pulling
HL
off.
needs to move.
Why is the 42nd PA pulling off? You don't want to relieve that tension on CSA because they will probably turn and assist 11th Mississippi, who will be non-existent in a few seconds.
Look how hard the CSA is, you know, having struggled to maneuver themselves when they're not in one big line, because when they're in one big line with every single unit, they feel safe. And as soon as the Union starts making these difficulties, then, you know, it starts getting a bit dicey and everyone is doing their own thing. 11 Mississippi charged in for IB, they got flanked in behind, HL stood back, now they're charging in by themselves. It's all clusterfuck now for the CSA.
First Delaware, first US Sharps trying to charge around the side, but both sides are taking loss at the same time.
TG counter charging the HL, noticing that they have an advantage in manpower right there. You can tell that just from the timer, you know, because it will go in your favor if you have more men. So, you know, if it's going in your favor, then you know you have more men than people in front of you.
So regardless of CSA losing this, this was good for CSA. You brought everybody's tickets down, although CSA is starting to go down on tickets. They're going to be lower than Union here in a second.
Like I said, though, this really pointed out the weaknesses CSA has, and it's, you know, coordinating independently and being able to convey what they're doing to the rest of the regiments. Same problem that the Union is having pretty much, but CSA officers are just going to be able to hold the line by themselves while their soldiers behind them get their full kits. I don't know. Don't know about that one. Yeah, that was a great shot.
Knocked down a lot of guys, which was the biggest thing on that. And CSA is trying to put a little pressure here, at least.
Yeah, I don't know about this. It's a bit of a dodgy rule set right there where, officers can just spawn and charge straight in, but,
Baron.
okay, I guess.
CSA might just
But
be
I
trying to hit
think
the
Union
braking
can
here.
just hold. Yeah, I mean, that's the play. For CSA, maybe try. If I was CSA, maybe try get the whole team on the far CSA left into the force again, and just shoot.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna have a shootout.
The one thing they don't want is cap.
Yeah, they don't want to cap at this point. I mean, you got 34 minutes basically. Just shoot them down. And once Union hits braking, they're going to have to move near that point into the open field.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Union's not pulling off right now. It looks like they're content to hold this.
Charging. Never mind, they're not charging.
Come help us.
Their leadership is under the belief that the CSA is near collapsed, but behind that hill is an entire team pretty much.
Yeah, they can hold. Union's
He's
charging.
pushing in.
Ah. Rest of
That's
the
got to
Union's
be
charging.
breaking, surely.
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Ooh, I don't know about this one. Maybe.
Confederates are breaking. Union's
There's
about
the
to
breaking.
fall down as well. Yep, there they go. Looks like CSA is holding the charge. Even though Union...
That might have been a very bad blunder right there.
Yeah, Union had some form of ticket lead, and it looks like that ticket lead evaporated. And thing is, you have, who is it, First Delaware on top of the hill shooting down towards CSA right now. When the main fight is about to be
What
on
the
point.
hell?
CSA's winning on point.
First Delaware, after being a complete saint last match in that flag retrieval service on the far left side in eastward skirmish, to just standing back in every charge on this map, it's disappointing. But they're gonna charge in by themselves. Probably get wiped in about 5 seconds.
They are.
But
Look at Union up, down. A lot of tickets.
yeah.
And they're starting to cap point. Union very disorganized. They do have a wave coming in. Looks like one Union flag is down. I think CSA is probably going to take it here. But
And Captain Flores is just holding. Yeah, he's dead. He was just
loser.
holding the fence line.
I'm kidding. We love Flores. I don't know about Owens, but at least I do. So, CSA,
But,
CSA should hold this.
Yeah, it's sure. It's sure.
I want to ask you what your thoughts are for the round, but I don't really want to say it's over till it's over, because Union does have a brief opportunity here, although not a great one.
Yeah, what the fuck is the CSA doing? I'm looking at my script. They're supposed to let the Union heroically recap. What the hell?
And then they're all going to F9 at the same time, resulting in a Union victory. But, yeah, CSA is going to win this. Owens, your thought for the round?
I don't even know what to say. That was awful. Nice from the CSA standpoint. I think Union had a few good plays by exploiting the fact that they were one big line and breaking off into two parts and just causing issues. They were able to get two nice recaps. Unfortunately, it seemed like there was a bit of lack of communications from when I joined this Steam chat. It seems like radio silence on their part. So in future, maybe try to communicate more and talk to your fellow officers. Like, you have the Steam chat, just use it. But yeah, that's all I really have to say from that.
Yeah, great matches from CSA, poor matches from Union. That's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have our Patreon in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. Have our Discord and merch there. But besides that, we will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.